Welcome to the Boys Official Podcast. This is episode 3, and today I am joined by my co-host Ethan
What's up?
and Ross.
What's up?
Unfortunately, we had to cut Aiden from the show. Maybe y'all remember him from last episode. He had some pretty egregious comments, so he will not be back on the show. Anyways, yes, yes, never coming back. Today's episode is about books. Before you click off, we just got done with our school year, and we read some pretty interesting and boring and bad and some good English books. And today we're going to be talking about them. I bet most of y'all watching, if you go to my school, you've definitely read them. But if you don't go to my school, you still probably have, because everybody reads these books. My parents read them. Let's get right into it.
Yeah,
Ross, you want to take the first book?
you forgot to mention, Alex, that it's British literature.
Oh yeah, it's British literature. British.
So first we have
British.
Sir Gawain, the Green Knight, and the Green Knight. I don't remember if it was him or
Sir
someone.
Gawain and the Green Knight.
Yeah.
So I
Talk
recall
about
this book. I recall this
Ethan.
book being about. So there was wasn't it the Green Knight offered a challenge to the king, and it was like
Was it about a girl? I don't even remember actually.
I think he offered him. He's like, I'm going to let you like break a sword over my neck or something like that.
You can have one hit on me anywhere, and I get one hit on you anywhere.
Yeah. So did they start off by? Didn't the Green Knight get hit first by the sword?
He did,
think
and his head
so.
came off.
And he's
then,
like, I
put
challenge
it back
you,
on.
your bravest knight of, was it Sir Edward's court? I challenge you to
Arthur?
do the same to me. And basically they just put Sir Gawain, who is the bravest knight, through a series of challenges and trials, and which involved him like he was tempted by some like girl or something. I forget.
Yeah.
It was the Green
The
Knight's
girl
wife.
was like was the Green Knight's wife, and then she offered him the cloak, and you're not allowed to take that stuff, and then he took it.
Yeah, anyways, all these trials were like to condition the honor of the knight and to like just see is Sir Gawain is he like true to his knighthood, and it kind of just tests all of that.
And neither of them were actually honorable in the end.
So the Green Knight is just like a total creepy guy in my opinion. There's like no reason why he should do that. The
Bro sent his own wife to seduce somebody. It's a bit odd.
like, hey woman, go test this random dude's
wife,
honor.
go test this random dude honor by giving him stuff. Yeah, weird book.
Yeah, it made no sense to me, and I don't understand really why we read it. And that's honestly all I have to say. It's kind of a boring book. I don't like it that much.
Yeah, I don't remember much.
It wasn't a book, actually. It was more of a poem, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did say we wouldn't talk about assignments, but I do remember. Do you guys remember when we took that honor stuff? Like, we did that, like, it was like a survey to see how much honor you have.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I thought I ranked pretty low on the honor scale.
I got max honor, bro.
Bro, that is such a lie.
I got honor 100. Nah, I'm pretty honorable. I'm an honorable guy.
I object.
Alright,
Okay.
Beowulf. Ross, go.
Beowulf?
Ross, go.
I'm keeping that in. Beowulf. So, like Alex said, even my parents have read it. His parents have read it. I think everyone's read it. It's just this dude who I believe goes on 3 quests. One to slay the Grendel, which is this dude that kills people, and they had to sail across the sea. Nah, then they fight his mom in like an underground weird swamp thing, and then he fights a dragon.
That's a fantastic explanation. Honestly, the story of it is pretty cool, but what's not cool is the language throughout the story. It's just the language makes no sense. It's impossible to tell what's going on without spark notes. And the names are like they all sound the same, like Hrothgar, Heldegar,
There's Wiglaf.
They all have like such
is this the one?
names.
Is this the one? Is this the one? I am heard, I am sped. Is this
Yes.
book? Yes, that's the only line in the book I remember.
I forget what was that line.
It was what was his name? His friend. What is his friend is like dying, and he's like, I am, because they had get in that fight in like the market. And he's like, I am heard, I am sped.
Bruh, I forget that quote. I don't know why, but yeah, Beowulf was probably on the ranking wise probably the worst book we read all year in British literature. It just makes
easily.
it makes no sense. The language is terrible. You it takes you have to really really wrap your brain around what you're reading, and you shouldn't really have to reread over and over and over again to understand what you're reading. It was a trash book,
Yeah,
but
I read I just did Spark Notes.
yeah, Spark
Pretty
Notes carried pretty much everyone throughout that because Spark Notes they have time on their hands so they can make in-depth analyses on these
Spark Notes are the no life
books.
that everybody loves. Nobody likes a no life, but Spark Notes are the no lives that everybody appreciates.
Yeah. So
Do we want to get into Canterbury? Oh gosh, I hated this book. Well, I guess wasn't Canterbury a series of books inside of a book?
the origin of it was that there was an innkeeper. The innkeeper had a bunch of different assortment of personalities and professions. There was miller, there's a merchant.
Oh
I thought.
yeah, there's
And they all told stories that somewhat kind of reflected their unique personality. I thought the miller wasn't the miller a complete weirdo, or he had a hot temper or something. I forget what.
So hold on, let me check it real quick. Actually, Canterbury Tales characters using the internet for podcast answers.
I remember there was I forget the characters, to be honest. It was so long since we've done it.
Here, let's go through it. All right, we got Chaucer's the narrator. We got the knight, and he's the good guy, obviously. And then we got okay. Do you remember the wife of Bath?
I remember the wife of Bath. Was she?
Yeah, she's the one that was a bit of a.
Wasn't she the nutso?
She was married 5 times.
Oh yeah, she
presents herself as someone who loves marriage and intercourse, but from what we see of her, she also takes pleasure in rich attire, talking and arguing. Dang, this is me.
I just don't understand the point of this book and what they're trying to what lesson is trying to be conveyed. It's just don't be a crazy person. Don't sleep around with 5 different people. I don't know, but the book.
There's the summoner, the manciple, the merchant, the shipman, the physician, the cleric, the squire, the parson, the host, the friar.
Yeah, it just gets very repetitive. You don't have to say all of that.
Yeah,
but...
here's the miller. The miller has a wart on his nose and a big mouth, both literally and figuratively. He threatens his host's notion of what the heck? So basically, he gets drunk a lot, and he rips doors off of hinges, and he tells that somewhat blasphemous, ridiculous religious clerks, scholarly clerks, carpenters, and women. So basically, the guy's a weirdo. He's a nutcase.
Yeah, so this book is basically just be like the knight, don't be like the miller. But yeah,
the best character in the book is the cook because he doesn't do anything.
I thought the cook was corrupt in his own way. He has a disease and he cooks anyways, even though the disease could affect the food.
Oh yeah, he's got a crusty sore on his leg.
Yeah, honestly, let's get back to the point of the book. Yeah. The book is not very good in my opinion.
Well, hold on, what is the point of this book? Also, I may or may not be on Spark Notes right now. Let me look at this full book summary. I've done this twice. Okay, so there's Tavern Inn. They're all telling stories. There's 27, and they're telling all the tales. Oh, this is stupid. All right, so do we want? Hey, Ross, do you have anything to add for Canterbury Tales, or do we want to move on?
I got nothing. Let's move on.
Okay, bet. The next book, is it Animal Farm?
It looks like it's English romantic poetry.
It's English romantic poetry. This one I would like to start off. I would like to start this one off because I have a very personal hatred for this book.
Or just poetry in general. Dude, the poems were bad.
Nah, the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner was dope, dude. That guy was sick.
I just tell a story bunch, but that's it.
Yeah. I feel like all of these were so... The problem with poetry is poetry is either about death or love. Every single time. Or is this the book where that one guy was talking about how he needed depression pills?
There was one poem about the depression pills guy.
Yeah, we are definitely not getting monetized this episode, that's for sure.
We're not gonna be monetized for a while.
Yeah, so basically the poem was just the book as a summary was just a collection of a bunch of different like old-fashioned poetry. It's called English Romantic Poetry, and they really like it was called, what was the concept called? They really were into romanticism.
Yes,
I forget what that is because I didn't pay
bro.
a
We are nerding out.
So there's a lot of different poets that were in that book. We didn't read the whole thing because that book is like stinking huge. There's like 1,000,000 poems in there. We read maybe a good like quarter of it, I'd say. But the poems that we read were not very good. Poetry in general, it just kind of stinks. It makes no sense. Okay. But yeah, honestly, I didn't do that book for very long, so it's kind of hard to talk about it. So let's move on to the next one.
Ross, Jekyll and Hyde, go.
This dude wants to separate the bad parts from the good parts of himself. However, the bad part is too strong, and over time it takes over, so all he's left with is the bad version of himself, which is Hyde.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I remember that.
And there's this dude. No, it starts off
Yeah,
with
well,
Jekyll.
there's this other dude that was named. What was the lawyer's name? I forget his name. It was Dr. Utterson. It was Mr. Utterson, and he's basically just a stalker, and he has no respect for like personal privacy. So he's just like stalking this Dr. Jekyll dude, trying to figure out his secrets because he's acting kind of suspicious. And yeah, honestly, the book as a concept is pretty entertaining. Not gonna lie, it was one of the books that I liked more this year.
Here's how it starts off. I just found the fact that we're using SparkNote should show how much we all paid attention this year.
I read every
On their
book
weekly
until I
walk,
used
an eminently sensible, trustworthy lawyer named Mr. Utterson listens as his friend Einfield tells a gruesome tale of assault. Great start, as you can see. The tale describes a sinister figure named Mr. Hyde who tramples a young girl, disappears into a door in the street, and reemerges to pay off her relatives with a check signed by a respectable gentleman. So basically, like, they're trying to figure out, and they're close friends with Dr. Jekyll, and Dr. Jekyll is like he's a doctor. Crazy.
He's a
I'm struggling, man. This is hard.
Like Dr. Jekyll starts getting depressed throughout the book, so Utterson's like, You're acting weird, Dr. Jekyll. Are you all right? And then he gets like all jumpy and like suspicious. And after a while of stalking, Mr. Utterson eventually figures out that he's secretly Mr. Hyde, and he's been taking this like elixir.
Does he kill himself?
I think he does kill himself. Yes,
he does.
A big theme throughout these like old British literature books are just the main characters are like antagonists killing themselves at the end. I feel like it was Pygmalion. Oh gosh, I hated this.
This is where we get canceled.
I thought this was a good book. It's the first one I learned you could listen to an audiobook while you actually read it. It goes by way faster.
This book
what was
is
the
about
funny guy's name? What was the funny guy's name who was like
oh
super
my gosh, Henry Higgins.
Henry Higgins was basically just super sexist to Pygmalion.
This guy was the British literature version of Andrew Tate.
Dude, he literally was.
This guy was the make me a sandwich, brokey.
So
wink, nudge, nudge.
So basically, the premises of this book is that there's this poor girl. Her name's
Flower Girl,
Liza, and she's a flower girl. Yes, and Mr. Higgins eventually picks her up, and he sees her like talking really weird because she's never learned how to like talk correctly, and and Mr. Higgins is like, hey, I bet that I can make this dumb woman talk normally in the span of a few months, and I could convince anyone that she was actually a duchess. And so he goes on with that bet, and he tries to teach her how to act like, quote, a proper lady. And basically this is like
signed her up for Hustlers University. this is a Hustlers University.
Yeah, so she gets a Hustlers University membership, and then she becomes a proper lady. But then
you're broke.
What happens after? I forget.
So, and then she
gets mad at him,
freak out because
she didn't realize it was actually a bet.
Huh?
She didn't realize it was a bet. So Liza, or whatever her name was, Liza, mom's like, hey,
you did a bad job. So then there's a wedding for like Eliza's mom, and then it kind of ends on a cliffhanger because you don't know if Eliza's going to get together with Higgins or Freddie, I think his name was.
Yeah,
And then,
the book makes no sense.
Dude, I remember doing a skit in class, and a kid in our class had Freddie who was like just not the Rizzler, and it fit him perfectly.
I remember I voluntold. It was Avery to
Voluntold?
become Freddie. Yeah, because we were volunteering for the Bulls, and I made one of them do it. It was great. Or they were Higgins, actually, not Freddie.
Dude, I got to be Higgins, and like I was like, yes, this is my time, and I just went like it's pretty cringe if you're like acting and stuff in the skits in class. But bro, I was like talking like this silly woman was, and it was so funny. Because everybody knew that it fit me very well because I am known
He's an Andrew Tate
for-
follower.
Okay, I used to be, not anymore. I'm woke now. I'm very woke.
Now you just talked about Andrew Tate.
Dude,
Have you seen
ever
his
since he got
tweets
arrested,
recently?
it hasn't been the same. What?
Have you seen his tweets recently?
Oh, his tweets have been awful.
He's just been posting pictures of him and anime girls, and it's like, what is going on with him? Something
Dude,
changed in that prison.
Prison broke him, bro. Dude, he
Yeah,
got into some weird stuff in that jail
Oh
cell.
yeah.
All right, nothing. This video is gonna get
How did this get shifted from British literature to Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate.
Alex, keep
I
talking
blame
about
Alex.
Hustlers University.
Pygmalion, dude. It's literally How to Not Be a Brokey by Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Liza gets a Hustlers University skit and then gets off to a happy marriage as a result. That's the summary of the book. Okay. Let's
Alright.
get to the next book.
Animal Farm. Oh gosh.
Communist Pigs. That's the summary of that book.
The pigs are walking.
This isn't really
The animals take over
That's
a
true.
farm and try to make it better, and the pigs slowly use propaganda to convince all the other animals that since the pigs are smarter, they should be in charge.
Well, honestly, I kind of agree.
Bro, I
Because
like this
the
book so
other
much.
animals are kind of dummies. I wouldn't want like the sheep leading. The pigs are the smartest ones, so they should.
Who's y'all's favorite character in this book? Mine had to be Boxer.
That's a snowball.
Who was the character? There's like no like. Mine was Squealer because they depicted Squealer as like he was this like super fat dude. So basically, Squealer was.
Oh yeah, the fat sidekick.
Yeah, he was this pig who was basically good at nothing, but but the one thing he was good at was convincing
Talking.
people. So he was able to convince all the other animals that what the pigs said were like law and was good, and he was depicted as like super fat. So like,
Dude,
so
this
while
is my
all the
animal
other animals
counterpart.
were like starving to death because of their communist like system, Squealer was just feasting on apples and stuff, being like super fat.
Dude, this
So
is my animal counterpart.
Yeah, Squealer was bulking just like Alex right now.
It's never done.
Every season is bulking season.
I'm going to be 600 pounds by fall.
I don't think that's cutting.
I'm 500 now.
Getting 100
I'm
pounds
almost
is
there.
I'm five. Not actually.
It's funny because he's like he's not even that fat. We just call him
I'm 6
fat.
foot 5. I'm 6'5", 245.
We're like
um,
gaslighting you into thinking you're fat when you're not.
Yeah.
He's been making
Y'all-
fat jokes about himself for like 3 straight episodes, and he's not even fat. So I don't know what's going on.
I've got a gut. I'm a bit chunky.
He feels hurt that we're calling him skinny now. He's like defending his fatness.
I'm not skinny. I'm fat. No, I worked so hard for this title.
Yeah. But anyways,
I believe
the
that.
summary of this book is Communist Pigs.
Yep, and that brings us to the last book that was actually really good, and then there were none.
It was fire, and then there were none. I loved this book.
I heard people talking about how they hadn't read anything except this book the whole year. Which
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
maybe we just
Chrissy-
need better English books at school for like
Dude,
every school.
Austin did not read a single book the whole year, bro. He and I
No.
just like I don't know if he read a page of that book.
Bro, you
So-
snitch.
I have a picture of y'all's map. We had to draw a map for this book. Bro,
Oh my
uh,
gosh, we
yeah,
did the
then Austin
Fortnite
did so
Island.
bad.
Me, Sam, and
No, it
Austin.
didn't even
we
look
did
like
the
it.
We had the GTA island for the map.
Dude, we
But
should have done a Minecraft world.
We need to
Bro.
summarize this book real quick.
All right, since there's so many
Murder
characters,
mystery.
we'll all take like part of it. So basically, yeah, it's a murder mystery, and it starts off. There's 10 people on an island. and this island was bought by this guy named Mr. Owens. And basically, they all got to figure out who the murderer is. I'm not going to go through all the characters because that'd be boring. But the big ones are Vera Claythorne, Justice Wargrave, Lombard, Blore, Emily
That's
Brent.
You're just the characters, bro. Emily Brent is like irrelevant.
Emily Brent is Netflix version of what's her name? Oh my gosh, the girl who is in it with Johnny Depp. Oh my gosh, Amber Heard.
Amber Heard?
Dude, because she got stung by a bee. She hates bees. Remember, like my dog got stung by a bee. I don't know if you remember that clip.
I do not.
Frick you guys. You
Oh, I
trying to look
remember.
stupid.
But
My
anyways,
dog got stung by a bee.
talk about the murder.
Oh yeah. So
So okay, wait. Should I talk about the crimes? I feel like the crimes would be funny because they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
so horrific. All right, let me
Yeah.
pull them up.
start with Anthony.
And then,
I'm just gonna go through the ones that I remember. I remember that.
hold on. Shut up.
Okay,
Okay. We're gonna start with Anthony. No, it isn't.
it's Anthony Marson, bro.
Yeah, this
for
dude, this
Anthony.
Quizlet sucks. Oh my god.
Anyway, he ran over 2 children and was really
Yeah.
happy about it and was like, man, if only they were better.
If only there were 3 children.
If only it were 3. Thomas and Ethel Rogers were like they let like a pregnant lady die, right? Or no,
That was
no,
Brent.
that was Brent. Yeah,
And
Amber
then
Heard let a lady die that was pregnant. Blore, like,
Operated on something? No.
bro, this
see the name?
this Quizlet says Beatrice Taylor, no comments for Emily Brent.
Didn't Tony Blore ditch like all his troop? He was a military guy and he ditched all his troops.
Fred Lombard, 21 members of an East African tribe. He admitted to leaving them as a matter of self-preservation, a man's first duty. Apparently, the natives don't mind dying.
Yeah.
Racist.
And
I
then-
mind dying personally.
I do too. Personally, I don't want to die.
Yeah, doesn't what's his name? General MacArthur is next, and doesn't he murders this dude his wife was having an affair with, which is
Oh yeah, he sends them to the front lines. I'm gonna be honest, I would do the same thing.
yeah, I would do the same. I was about to say.
Bro, David in the Bible did the same thing. The king.
Yeah, with Bathsheba.
Yep.
Dude, I got a
Okay,
100 on that assignment. I did an assignment on that, and I got a 100.
Your wife's have affairs.
Enrolling his booty in the military right now. Why
you
are
can
you
really
going to
cut
the
this out.
front lines too?
And then after General MacArthur, we have Emily Brent, and she basically
Emily Brett let a pregnant lady die.
a lady.
Oh yeah, no. So
her gets pregnant, and she fires her.
She fired a pregnant lady, and then as a result, she killed herself for no reason.
Yeah, but honestly,
everybody-
Emily Brent isn't that much to blame, to be honest. But it's kind
Yeah,
of
that is what I like to call.
It's immoral, but it's not illegal.
Yeah,
Bro, you're allowed
And
to fire
then,
people. I've been
who
fired
was-
8 times.
I remember Vera Claythorne. She had an annoying nephew, and she's like, "Nephew, you're being annoying. Go swim out there," because she knew that the
Yeah,
nephew
go
wouldn't
swim
be able
out
to
to the
get back.
rocks and drown.
And basically, she just lets him drown.
No,
So,
she
yeah.
swam out to pretend to save him, then was like purposely like too slow. Was like, oh look at that, he's dead. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah,
sugar. He's
Guess I get all the
dead.
inheritance. Or Hugo does. or
Guess I
whatever.
get to marry Hugo now, and then
guess I
Hugo
get
is
all
like,
wasn't there some story about some rich dude's inheritance as well that she wanted?
That's this
Well,
one.
yeah, because basically it was gonna go to the nephew. What was his name? Oh my gosh, Cyril.
Yeah,
It was
Oh,
gonna go.
Cyril, yeah.
It was gonna
Cyril.
go to Cyril. It was gonna go to Cyril, but if Cyril died, then it'd go to Hugo, and Hugo was too broke to marry her. Again, watch Andrew Tate, bro. Change
just
my
go
life.
to Hustlers University.
Vote for you. Sponsored by Andrew Tatum, quit the podcast.
Dude, have him on, bro. Let's have Andrew on for a podcast.
Yeah, episode 4 featuring Andrew Tate. Honestly, I don't even care about the other characters; they're too irrelevant.
Yeah, dude. And
Yeah.
basically, so let's just
World
go.
Race School.
We're gonna have so many cuts.
Dude, this is gonna be all over the place. Just
Ross
keep
is
it all in.
They'll
Keep
have-
it all in. All of it's in podcast.
Now this will be on our exclusive Patreon for $10 a month. Please sign up and you get uncut full episodes. Thank you.
Go follow us on Tinder.
You
I
wanted
get
to talk about the Crucible.
Oh yeah. So the summer reading book for this year.
Wait. Hey. We didn't finish them, and then we're not. We didn't finish. Basically, what happens at the end is they all die, and the last person hangs themselves. It's really funny. It's a
No,
great.
the last person shoots themselves in the face.
No,
Yeah,
am I allowed to say that? All right, you know what? Frick,
Yeah.
book spoiled. Basically, Wargrave is Mr. Owens, and he shoots himself. But no, I mean like the last victim, like Vera killed
Oh, yeah.
herself with a noose. She walks in your room and there's a chair and a noose. And he's like, "All right, guess I'll die."
It was just like a psychological trick that Wargrave played because she thought she'd feel guilty or something like that and hang herself.
How broken you gotta be, bro? If someone hang up a noose in my room, I'm not saying I'd use it. No, I might use it, dude. It
The
wouldn't be
next
able to
video is going to
support
be a
my weight, bro.
psychological experiment with Alex. We'll hang a chair from the roof and see if he hangs himself.
Dude, it wouldn't be
Put a
able to
trampoline
support my
below the
weight.
roof and put him up there.
Dude,
Be like, "Hey, you wanna jump?"
I'd break the noose when I put my head on it because like it wouldn't be able to support my weight.
Can we do the Crucible now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, Ross,
So
go.
our
Crucible now.
Our summer reading book this year is called The Crucible. I'm the only one that's read it, and that's good because it is a terrible book. It took me like 3 hours to read, so it's not long. It's just so boring. It's about the Salem witch trials, so you could have made it so good and still made it like historically accurate. But no, it's just a bad book. So have fun reading that.
Yeah, sounds pretty bad, bro.
Yeah, to the people in our grade that I hope are watching this, and if you're not, I will find you and kill you.
The two of you that are watching.
Yeah, the two of you. The grand total of no, hold on, we got
What, Aiden and Austin?
we got a couple. We got a couple. Oh, also,
There's gonna be so many cuts
a
this
quick.
video. It's gonna take forever.
Hold on, wait. Should we get in a quick thank you for the support on our first video? We really haven't talked about that at all.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. I'm gonna check our current view count.
Hold on, yeah, I'm already there. Also, thank you.
Check 7 on Spotify.
7 on Spotify, dubs.
We currently have 6 plays on Spotify. Slightly worse
We
than
had
our hundreds of YouTube views.
171 views on our first video. Dude, that's insane.
That's insane.
Yo, all right, y'all, we've got 68 views.
Yeah, and
on
100 of them are us just replaying it over and over again.
Dude,
No, we
hey,
can check the unique viewers online. It's not hundreds of refreshes.
If you like legit views.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hey, shout out Loggy dude for the W comment. I can't read it because this is a kid's show. But so yeah. Thumbnail. Our thumbnails are pretty good. I don't know if any of y'all notice them, but they're pretty fire.
Thank you to Aiden for making the second
Yeah,
comment.
shout out to
thumbnail?
Aiden. You know, wait, should we let Aiden back on the show for that?
Sure.
Yeah. But we're going to have to like cut out everything he says from now on.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you'll
We won't hear a
but
lot
that's
from him.
dude. Like we messed up half the footage, and Aiden just started getting super offensive in the second half of our video in the fast food video.
We should start like
bro was like,
cutting it
nah, if we gotta restart, you're all going down with me. I'm gonna be like super offensive the whole time.
Instead of cutting it out, we should just like censor it, like beep it out. But yeah.
Hey,
Like, we're
if we could get at least
like-
one more view on our second video, that would be
Yeah,
much
that's what I'm about to say.
appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, we'd have 69 views. Make it happen, boys. Make it happen. I just
So,
wanted
thank
to
you for watching or listening.
Wait, are we
whatever
done?
you're doing
Are we
right
already
now.
done?
Yep.
That's everything.
Dude, this has been the most fun episode we've done. Hey, hope y'all enjoy. Next video is gonna be a banger.
Every video is a banger.
Hey, I'm not gonna be on the next video.
Bro, just end the video already.